What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Cleveland Browns franchise. Year 2 is almost complete. We just need to do the offseason in this video. You're looking right now at some NFL league leaders in passing, receiving, rushing, and on defense as well. Just some things I missed in the Year 2 recap. So if you want to see anything there, go ahead and pause the video. But we're going to start out with the playoffs, and we have matchups in the wildcard weekend of the Titans at Jaguars, Packers at Panthers, Bengals at Dolphins, and Giants at the Lions. And your winners are the Titans, the Packers, the Bengals, and the Lions, the only home team to win on wildcard weekend. Divisional matchups are Titans at the Steelers, Packers at Seahawks, Bengals at Chiefs, and Lions at Cowboys. And your winners of those matchups are the Titans, the Seahawks, the Chiefs, and the Lions all get victories, setting up your AFC and NFC matchups in the championships. Titans at Chiefs and Lions at the Seahawks in your championship matchups. And the winners are the Kansas City Chiefs 31-17, and the Lions go into Seattle and win 38-28. Setting up a Chiefs at Lions Super Bowl in Super Bowl 51. But first, we have to take a look at the Pro Bowlers. And the Cleveland Browns only had 2 Pro Bowlers. Joe Thomas at left tackle and Barkevious Mingo, I believe, at left outside linebacker. Here are the results of the Super Bowl, though. The Lions get the victory, 20-13. Stafford only throws for 79 yards. Riddick goes for 81 yards on the ground. Golden Tate got 132 on 9 catches. And now you're looking at retired players. Eli Manning retired, Larry Fitzgerald retired, Tony Romo retired, Pete Carroll retired. The only 2 from the Browns to retire were Tramon Williams, cornerback, and right guard Todd Hermans. They retire, saving us some cap space. Here is a look at the guys that were franchise tagged before free agency started. One person of note on this list that we were going to go after was QB Drew Brees. No surprise there, though, that he was franchise tagged. Here is a look at the players that we have to re-sign if we do want to do that. There is a look at that list. It is 17 or 20 players, I believe. A lot of these players we probably will not re-sign. A couple moves we make before re-signing those players. We're going to release middle linebacker Carlos Dansby. His cap hit is, I believe, around $5 or $6 million. Also, we're going to release Desmond Bryant, right end. His cap hit is around $7 or $8 million, I believe. And being an 81 overall, that is just too much. Let's get into the re-signings, though. Kerry Spear, he wants a 4-year deal for $3.08 million. We'll give you 4 years, 3.2, a little bit more than you want. You've been pretty good so far in this series. Up next, Kirk Cousins. He played good for the injured Neil Gordon the last 2 weeks. He wants 1 year, $2.04 million. We'll offer 2.1, nothing guaranteed. We do want Cousins back. He can compete for that starting quarterback spot. Bakari Rambo, we want him back. He wants 3 years, $4.19 million. We're going to offer 2 years, $3.2 million. We don't want to give him 3. Brian Hartline wants 4 years, $6.64 million. He came up big in some situations. He catches the ball very well. We're going to offer 2 years, $3.9. Nate Chandler, right tackle, 78 overall, wants a 4-year, $7.65 million deal. I don't know if I want to go that far. We're going to go with a 3-year, $6.75 million deal. See if he wants to sign. Kawan Williams, one of the 2 big ones, wants 4 years, $22 million. We're going to offer 4 years, $24 million, I believe. We definitely want Kawan Williams back. He is a starter at cornerback. And Barkevious Mingo, the number 1 guy we want to re-sign. He wants 6 years, $46.2 million. We're going to offer 6 years, $48 million, I believe here. Yes, that is what we offer. So, Kerry Spear, he accepts. Brian Hartline accepts. Nate Chandler accepts. Kawan Williams accepts. Barkevious Mingo accepts our offer as well. So we get the guys we want. There were a couple guys we did want to re-sign that didn't re-sign. Here's a list. Rambo didn't re-sign. Cousins didn't re-sign. Hopefully we can get those guys in free agency. One more move we did make, though, was releasing QB Johnny Manziel. So that leaves us with one quarterback as we take a look at some of the top free agents here. There weren't many good quarterbacks. There wasn't actually any highly rated quarterbacks on here. So we're going to go back after Kirk Cousins, and offer him $1.75 million, it looks like, for 1 year, no bonus. See what he says. We need a speedy wide receiver to take over kick returns and punt returns. Justin Gilbert did well, but he will see more action defensively. So we're going to offer Tavon Austin 2 years, $3 million. We need some tight ends. We only got one tight end on the depth chart right now. Gary Barnidge, a former Cleveland Brown. We're going to offer him 2 years, $2.25 million there. Looking through this list now, again at left tackle, see if we can find anybody that sticks out maybe. Joe Thomas takes up a lot of cap space. We still need a backup for him. He's got 1 year left on his deal. DeMar Dotson, we're going to offer a $1.25 million deal. See if he wants to come to Cleveland to back up Joe Thomas, at least for a year. Bakari Rambo, he didn't want to re-sign with us, but we're going to try to get him in free agency. 3 years, $3.75 million total. See if he wants to come back and back up Dante Whitner. Tayshaun Gibson needs a backup, and we're going after Reggie Nelson here. 1 year, $2.25 million on Reggie Nelson. We need some cornerback help as well after Tramon Williams retired. Buster Screen was available, so we like that idea. We're going to offer him a 1 year, $2 million offer. Ricardo Matthews, our defensive line, needs lots of help. We're going to offer him a $1.35 million deal for 1 year. See if he wants to come play with us. So we will advance and see who wants to sign. And we get Barnidge, we get Rambo back, and we get Tavon Austin, but the rest of them haven't signed yet, so we need to go back through and take a look at the board. And we see Malik Jackson there on the board, right end. He is an 88 overall. We're going to offer him a little over, looks like $20 million here. Actually, we're upping that offer to around $25 million. We up it even more here. Looks like $25 million. It looks like it goes to $27 million here over 4 years. That would be a big signing. Kirk Cousins, we up his offer as well, I believe. We lower the base salary and give him a bonus of $200,000. We actually keep the base salary the same. Buster Screen, we have to up his offer as well, $2.5 million plus. Looks like a $500,000 signing bonus. Maybe that will help him. We'll advance and find out who comes to Cleveland. And Demir Dotson declines our offer. Cousins accepts. Reggie Nelson accepts. Malik Jackson declines. Buster Screen declines. And Ricardo Matthews, I believe, or Rashad Matthews, or whatever, accepts as well. Here's a look at some of the signings throughout the league. Alshon Jeffrey got paid. Malik Jackson ended up going to Miami for about $31 million. But now it's time for the NFL draft. As you take a look at my watch list, defensive line is a big part of this draft. We need defensive linemen. You see Washington takes Sheldon Gordon, wide receiver. He had the fastest 40 time at 4.3, I believe, or sub 4.3. You see the rest of the top 5 here. Wide receivers, cornerbacks being taken. We have the number 9 pick. We get to that pick. We don't like what's on our board. None of them are rated this high. So we're going to take a look at trade offers here for our first round pick. And we key in on Cincinnati in division. Don't really or shouldn't really trade, but we're going to get a third, a first, and a fifth next year. So we get their first round pick. And we're looking at Mike Falk. We draft Mike Falk at 26th overall. He's 19 in true talent, 79 overall right end. And we're going to actually move him to linebacker. That's where he's better suited. Round 2, We didn't like what we saw either, so we trade with Dallas for a future 3rd and 5th and a current 3rd rounder this year. So we move back into the 3rd round, and we take Will Hairston with pick number 9 in the 3rd round. 76 overall, left end. He should be good for us there. Another 3rd round pick here is Matt Mason. We needed a quarterback to compete for that starting job, and Matt Mason, we got him at 90. He's 39 in true talent, 77 overall. We have another 3rd round pick, and we're going to take Montrell Graves here, left tackle, to back up Joe Thomas at 82 overall, 7 in true talent. We go into the 4th round now, I believe, and we take Connor Weatherspoon, right guard. We needed a right guard to back up Greco. He's 26 in true talent. We got him at 100. We move on to round 4. We had 3 picks in round 4, and we're going to trade one here. We're going to trade our pick to the 49ers for our next year's 3rd round pick of theirs. We have another 4th round pick, and we take Trevon Hurd at middle linebacker. We need some help there, some depth, and this was a bit of a reach there at 112. 5th round, we look at a tight end. We take Max Sam, 70 in true talent. We get him at 129, 73 overall. I believe, though, he's actually 77 overall in our scheme. And we're into the 5th or 6th round now. We're going to take another middle linebacker, DeMarcus Bowles, 67 overall. So another reach maybe at that. 6th round here, we're going to look at trading our pick for a future 4th, and I believe we go with the Colts here. We take their 4th round next year, stocking up picks. And finally, in the 7th, we take a cornerback, David Randall, and this is, they say, a good pick, maybe a reach, 221 in true talent. We take him at 201. So here's a look at our draft. Mike Falk, our first pick in the 1st round. Will Hairston, real happy there. Matt Mason, Montrell Graves, and up next, Connor Weatherspoon. Those were all good picks till we got Trevon Hurd, and Max Sam was good as well. Bowles was not, and our last pick was not as well. But a lot of the guys we wanted that were in between 2nd and 4th rounds were taken right before we were picking. I wasn't really happy. It was making me mad. But after I drafted those guys between the 3rd and 4th rounds, that made me really happy. We got some guys that were good. We moved some positions around to get better overalls, and they'll be better situated there. I did make some moves after the draft in free agency. The big one being Rolando McClain, middle linebacker, signed to a 1-year, $5 million deal to start at middle linebacker alongside 2nd-year man Russell Jackson. Let me know down below in the comment section how you think we did in free agency and in the draft. What players are you excited to see? What quarterback are you excited to see play for the Browns? We have the preseason coming up next. They'll all get a shot to show off their talent in the preseason. This is going to be an open competition between all the quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, Neil Gordon, and Matt Mason all have a shot to start week 1 at quarterback. Leave your feedback down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and share it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and want to see more Cleveland Browns franchise. And as always, you can follow me over on Twitter at MaddenBallerz, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.